Stop for a minute and picture a rubber hose. It's not exciting, is it? But that hose may be carrying boiling coolant through your car, diesel through a generator, oil through heavy equipment, or slurry through a mineral processing plant. If it fails, the vehicle overheats, the generator stops, and the mine loses production. Suddenly, that ordinary piece of rubber becomes very important. Tensile Rubber Hoses manufactures shaped and custom hoses for cars and trucks and buses and generators, mining equipment and industrial plants. Wayne de Costa and Gideon Monyelekgau learned the business from the inside. Wayne joined the business on the factory floor and rose to run the operation. Gideon started in the garden, moved on to the factory floor, then studied further, and today leads product development and quality. In 2014, the owner of the business decided to sell and offered them the company. Wayne and Gideon then emptied their pension funds and brought it together 50-50 in a true partnership. They believed Africa would need engines, mines, generators, and heavy machinery for years to come. And the rubber hoses that make these things work is what the factory makes today. But as they grew the business, they made one mistake. They allowed other businesses to own the route between their factory and products to the final customer. When a major distributor then changed direction, Tensile kept its machines, its skills and products, but it lost that access, that route to the final customer. And that matters because Tensile is not simply making car radiator hoses. It makes the shape hoses for hot water, coolant, fuel and oil. They can be used in transport, energy, mining, industrial processing, and specialized machinery. Tensile can also produce shorter local runs instead of forcing customers to import large batches from overseas, holding months of stock that they use only when they need to. This makes Tensile a valuable South African manufacturing story. I asked Wayne what that big lesson was that they learned and what he would do to avoid it in the future.
My biggest lesson for other business owners is never to depend on one distributor to carry your product into the market. We made that mistake, lost access to many customers, and then repeated it with another channel. To any business owner listening, build relationships with distributors, but also know your end customer and keep direct access to them. When one route closes, your whole business should not stop moving.
Wayne's lesson applies to every industry and every business. Certainly use partners and distributors to reach new customers, but never outsource your knowledge of that customer. The first is to choose the markets where local manufacture matters most. Automotive distributors need range and quick replenishment. Mines and factories need reliability, good technical fit, and fast replacement. Equipment manufacturers need repeat production to tight specifications. There are 3 great markets there. The second is to sell the financial gain, not only the hose. An imported product may have a slightly lower unit price, but the buyer may need to order months of stock, tying up their cash and eroding any price advantage from importing as opposed to local manufacture. The third is to build direct relationships with the customers who use or specify or buy the product. That means part buyers, fleet managers, workshop owners, maintenance engineers, and plant managers. But as we know, no business grows alone. I then spoke to Gideon and asked him who would he like to meet and why should they meet him in reply.
Sean Reddy, Procurement Executive at Motors Aftermarket Parts South Africa. I'm asking for a meeting to review a selected range of locally manufactured radiator hoses and identify products we could pilot through your network. Motors wins through a faster local refinishment, shorter production runs, and less cash tied up in important stock. We gain a fair opportunity to prove that a South African manufacturer can deliver reliable quality, continuity, and commercial value.
Sean, this is not a request to buy local out of sympathy. It is an invitation to test the commercial case. To listeners in transport, mining, energy, and manufacturing, where are imported shaped hoses causing long waits or high stock holding or difficult replacements? Tensile has an answer. As usual, this week's Future 50 growth tip is centered around own the customer relationship. Partners and distributors and resellers expand your reach, but dependence on one of those channels makes your growth very fragile. Know who uses your product, what problem it solves, and why they buy. Then build more than one way to reach them. That creates stronger demand for your product, and that means it creates a stronger business that can survive if one or two doors close. This country's ours, so is its future. Let's build it by backing the builders that create the jobs, hope, and prosperity for us all.